Hey guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are having an awesome day. Right now it is a sunny 35 degrees Celsius in southern Ontario, and I guess we're actually in for some good storms later today, possibly a tornado risk. We're gonna see. So anyways, if you read the title of today's video, this is the top 5 mods, in my personal opinion, to do to your Silverado. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. Starting off with number 5, I think I gotta go with this because it just makes every single truck look better. It's gotta be wheels and tires. If you guys aren't putting an aftermarket set of wheels and tires on your truck, I don't know if you just absolutely love the OEM stock look, but I think a nice set of aftermarket wheels and tires is always the way to go. Me personally, I like something that's a little bit barreled with a little bit of offset. Nothing too crazy, but I like a little bit of poke. Just changes the look of the truck, makes it a little bit more OEM plus. You don't always have to get a lift to fit them either, unless you go way oversized. But even if you go half an inch bigger, depending on your year and model, I think it just looks really good, especially on the GMC and the Silverado trucks. Just with the square fender wells, especially in the 14 to 18 models, I think they look fantastic. Maybe you got a different opinion, but that's just me. At least changing the wheels and tires, I think, will change the look of the truck and just drastically make it look a lot better. Number 4 on my list is definitely going to have to be window tint. I don't know how you guys are rocking the fishbowl. I know most of these trucks come with tinted windows in the back, and that's fine, but I don't know how you guys do it when people can see you sitting in your truck in traffic. For me, I love having some tint. Right now I've got 5 all around the back and 15 on my front passengers and a 5% tint strip, and honestly I love it. I've thought about going darker in the front, but obviously there's some legalities with it, but I'm already on the legal sort of threshold for what I can get really in trouble for. But tint, it's great, blocks out the sun, really darkens the cab, keeps your AC feeling a little bit colder because the sun's not beating down on you. Tint's got to go in the number 4 spot. You got to get it for your truck, man. It's night and day difference, quite literally. Ooh, Corvette, that's fucking sweet. Number 3 on this list is going to be a good tonneau cover. Now, I always have bought my trucks that came with tonneau covers on them. I love them. They hide all of my stuff. I keep all my detailing equipment in the bed of the truck, and I get the 6-foot. I don't like the short 5.5 box beds. I like to have a little bit extra space. And yeah, with a trifold, sometimes it's more annoying. You have to actually really get up into the bed, reach the stuff at the back, especially with a longer box, and you can't lift it up all the way and put it up against the glass. Yeah, it's annoying, but everything's stored there. I have the whole cab. I've got my back seats still. I mean, obviously I've got some stuff here. I think I've got one of my cameras, a tool bag, and a cooler in that. But realistically, it just adds a little bit more security. People can't just see in and just grab whatever they want. So a tonneau cover or a cap. I'm even thinking about getting a cap for this truck, just because I like having the extra space. So cap, tonneau cover, definitely go to. Now number 4, I'm gonna kind of bundle this all into one and just kind of say it's a bolt-on performance stuff. So your intakes, whether it's a cold air intake in an open or closed box. I know a lot of guys are gonna say, oh, you're open, it's not gonna really cause a lot of gains even if you tune it, and that's true, but just the sound alone, and same with the exhaust. An exhaust might add maybe 7 horsepower, and in a 5,000 pound vehicle, you're not gonna notice it. But the sound alone, unless you like a quiet ride, the sound alone is what makes it great for me, especially in a V8 truck. Now I've got the 5.3 and a buddy of mine has the 6.2, and all he has is an intake on it, and the whooshing and the engine noise is so nice to hear in that 6.2. I've actually ordered a cold air intake for my truck to replace the stock one, and I already have a catback exhaust on this, so I just kind of want to hear what it sounds like and see if I like it and run it for a bit. And along with that, I want to include an oil catch can for your crankcase, because with the direct fuel injection of these new motors, you can get some oil buildup inside of the crankcase. And what an oil catch can is going to do, even if you just put one on your driver's side, it's going to ventilate that and it's going to catch condensation and oil grime buildup. And I've seen it build up in the can when I actually drain it. The only thing that's annoying with it is that you have to drain it a little bit more often in colder temperatures, as the condensation will fill it faster. But all in all, it's not really that big of a headache, and knowing that it's going to keep my crankcase and my valves and my springs a little bit cleaner, is the peace of mind that I need in a truck like this with direct fuel injection, where the fuel doesn't hit the top of the valves and everything like that. So definitely a plus doing those small bolt-on performance mods. Now moving on to my number 1 spot. Now this, I don't care if you don't do any other mods, this is what I'm gonna recommend for any truck you buy. And I know you guys are gonna sound off in the comments and say, but my truck has a warranty, my truck has this, and that's fine. This is more so for you guys that are out of warranty, and I'm serious when I say this, you need to do this to your truck. Take it to a reputable tuner and get your truck tuned. Get the motor tuned to get the AFM, the active fuel management, and the displacement on demand deleted out of your truck. I don't care if you do a delete kit, at the very least, do that. Your truck will run better. It will have better fuel economy because the truck's not going to be going back and forth and restarting those cylinders. Like I said, I don't care if you delete it, at the very least, tune it out. And another thing too is ask to have your idle slightly raised. When these trucks are stock, they idle at about 500 RPMs. So I'm actually probably gonna take this back and ask them to bump that about 200 RPMs. It just smooths things out, especially if your truck is higher mileage or a little bit older. You know, if you got like a 2008 to 2016 or something like that, and it's starting to feel kind of weird and you've already replaced like your spark plugs, your coil pack, and it's still kind of doing that, just doing that can kind of help keep it steady and keep that motor a little bit healthier. And especially tune the transmission. The 6L80s and the 6L90s, which are your 6-speed automatic transmissions, no, they're not built like shit. They're really not. They're decent transmissions. They're just tuned in such a poor way that they fail. So they allow too much slip between the gears, between 20 and 60 RPM of slip between gears, because GM tunes these trucks to be as smooth as possible out of the factory. So it's a really good smooth ride most of the time until you start having problems with shuttering and things like that. And you don't want to have full torque converter lockout when you tune these. Like I said, take these to a reputable tuner that tunes these trucks every day and rebuilds transmissions in your area, and have them set it up to make your transmission last as long as possible. Now you can go a little bit crazy with performance mods. You can put a cam and DOD delete kit in it. You can get a higher stall converter and rebuild the transmission, and you can make a little bit of a performance truck out of this. That's what I'd really like to do if I hang on to this for the next little while and I have some money saved up and I want to spend the money and get this truck on a nice street tune. But those are some things that you can do to really prolong the life of your vehicle and not have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars fixing it. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this quick video today. Just wanted to go through my top 5 list. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And I know you guys are probably going to sound off and say, well, what about lights? What about bumpers? What about side steps? Don't worry, guys. I've got another video coming for that too. Anyways, if you did like the video, like it, subscribe if you like the channel, and for more content, ring the bell. I'll see you guys in the next one.